This is Skye with FNN-Feminist News Network, the feminist news that's right for you. Welcome to Skye in the Pagoda Room, giving you that soulful news you need, yes indeed. And if you haven't liked or subscribed today to get it that soulful way, you better ask your friend and tell them, honey, you got this news that's out there with this soulful black woman laying it down with facts, and I know that's... What do I want to talk to you about today? What is really going on? The man up in the White House has got it out for activists. And it seems like that's all he wants to do is take out and remove activists. And what is this a symptom of? Dictatorship. We already know we live in an oligarchy. We already know that there are people, elites of wealth, that are stronger and more powerful than the 99% that are paying taxes that end up going to the Pentagon Defense Department and to go against the people that are paying the taxes. And we know this is so with the new militarized police state that has taken over within the last 15 to 20 years, and the military coup takeover of corporations of our government by lobbying. Let's tell it like it is. Now, the man in the White House has gone full frontal assault on activists of all kinds. And we're going to talk about, first off, they started with no more deaths by trying to lock up Dr. Scott Warren for helping migrants trying to come across the border to give water, by letting a video go viral that shows them literally pouring out jugs of water to starve people to death because what? Border Patrol thinks it's cool to kill Mexicans and immigrants and people coming from South America because it's okay to be getting a check that's from tax dollars and be racist? Because that's what they're doing. They're total fascist police system, being racist and literally killing people and attempting to kill. Why aren't they on jury? Why aren't they in jail being locked up and in court? Because they should. They all should lose their jobs. This is a humanitarian effort, and these people are committing war crimes by literally pouring out water to leave people to starve. And they should be held accountable for doing such an action. And then comes activists against direct action against animal cruelty. She confronted in Vegas over the weekend, and we're talking about Petra Sawani, who confronted Amazon and Death Star millionaire Bezos at a conference for technology in Vegas over the weekend, and said, you know, you need to think about the animals you killing. All those animals you selling for $30 a pop at organic at Whole Foods that you bought up from out of a company in Dallas. Dig this. They're not organic. They're not free range. You're paying $30 and $40 for a bird that's kept in a cage about this small. Hello? And you think your conscience is making you feel good? You think you walk around in a Whole Foods bag and think you sway and swah? No, you are dumb at all. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You're not right. If you think that buying food like that makes your moral center better, no it doesn't. Being informed, letting Jeff Bezos know, telling that company when you walk up in there that you need a union for your employees and you need real free range food instead of using the word organic and free range as a marketing ploy to sucker in people to make dollars. Hello. Then you got Wayne Hung, that is the co-founder and legal advisor to this organization, Direct Action, and both of them are facing 10 years For what? Ag laws? For letting people aware that Whole Foods ain't whole? Ugliness. War to help the corporations to continue their lies is wrong. And so we're going to go on to Reverend William Barber. Who is he? He is for the Moral Mondays and the Poor People's Campaign, continuing on Martin Luther King's legacy of helping those that cannot help themselves and standing up for the rights of others in a peaceful, non-violent action and form. By what? Speaking his mind. He's just had his First Amendment rights swiped away from him in a commuted sentence with probation, while others in Georgia just got that same charge dismissed for talking in the state house and courthouse, speaking, using their First Amendment rights to speak of the Bible, to speak of the Constitution, to speak of the depravities of the legislation that is going on, that's holding back people and literally killing those in need of medical care, when there should be a for everyone universal care, while we're spending over $780 billion for defense. We can't take $100 million and go ahead and wipe out poverty and wipe out medical needs of those that are dying. America and a person in the White House has literally set up death panels against immigrants and people that are in need of health services, that are disabled and despondent and unwilling to live with the situations they're in, that are living with diseases that are systemic and not caused by them. We already heard about all the Roundup settlements that are out there. That's why Monsanto sold to Bayer, because they knew these lawsuits were coming up. And after almost 100 years of killing with chemicals, they decided to take their money and run. Ugly. And what else is going on? Because Dr. Barber don't need to be treated this way. He should be held free, held clear. But what did they do to Martin Luther King when he wanted to help the poor? See what I'm talking about? Ugliness. So we also going to talk about Mexican immigration activists Arsenio Machua and Cristobal Sanchez, two immigrant activists in Mexico that were grabbed and held in solitary and jailed on June 5th when the man in the White House, that nasty ass dictator wannabe and fascist president, had demanded the 5% tariff if they didn't stop squelching and squandering and suppressing the people that are trying to come through the border. And by locking up these two Mexican immigration activists, they're doing it. Now, at least they didn't kill them, which would have been known clearly that the government would have done so if they did come up dead. But they are killing, like they are killing those journalists in Mexico, which is the deadliest journalistic and free media squashing that has ever gone on in Mexico history these last few years. These last few years, Mexico has seen an increase unlike any other in killings of journalism and squashing of media and truth to power. Ugliness, and you know that's right. And we go on to the oppression of trans rights activists. Yes, these people with The man in the White House cutting them off in regards to military, talking about it's too expensive to pay for their medical. I guess too expensive to allow people to be themselves. Too expensive. Why? Because you paid off a hooker. Was that too expensive? You paying for security for all these children running around lying for you. Is that too expensive? Because it should never be expensive enough to take care of anybody's medical problems. And may they be emotional leading to the physical. You in America, and those of us that pay our taxes to make sure these type of things and programs are out there for these people so they don't go in the wrong direction, need to be aware that there are activists being killed out there, such as Michelle Tamika Washington, 40-year-old trans black activist that was killed. For what? For speaking her mind, for speaking her mind to others, for speaking her mind and speaking her mind to others. That is wrong. And you know what's going on. In this era of hate, they're making it all right to be against people of any color, to be against activists, to not stand up for right, but to create an era of hate that is nothing but to demonstrate the weakness of America. Because to make America strong, we must all get along. And I know that's right. And if you agree with me, leave comments below and let me know. Thanks for welcoming back all of those that knew what was going on. All right. Now, if you want to donate, you can to PayPal me at Feminist News Network. All right. Or you can contact me if you care to join or have questions, or be a reporter at feministnewsn@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Facebook page. And remember, I'm that Soulful Progressive on Twitter. Not there all the time, but honey, you can catch me online. And you know that I got that rant of the day on Blogger. You better check that out. Capitalists are killing us. It's the latest one. I know that's right. So thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. And remember, in this era of hate, activists must continue to participate or they'll end up being extradited, and let's hope not, for Julian Assange, to places they don't need to go for reasons that need to be more humanitarian, and to tell truth to power that there's no power when you're trying to squelch rights and freedoms. I know that's right. Thanks for watching. Peace.